Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB or Chris, and today we're going to shave with a soap I'm very excited to use. This is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Irish Springs, and it smells like the clean and fresh scent of old Irish Spring soap, still made. I still use it from time to time. Really clean and fresh out of the tub. Scent strength to me is about 4.5 to 5, right at that medium level. This is the Crown King formula, not the CK6. It runs $14.95 or $3.73 an ounce for 4 ounces, and thumbs up on that as far as price goes. Good, fair price. Let me roll in the ingredients for you real quick, and there you go. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to be grabbing some other things. Today, we're going to be using the West Coast Shaving, if I can find the logo there, synthetic. This is their two-tone synthetic brush. And folks, let me tell you something about this brush. I love this brush. I own 2 of them. I've bought 2 of them. This is a fantastic synthetic brush if you like a soft synthetic knot. In fact, if anyone has the white and the light blue and you don't like the synthetic knot, hit me up. Send me an email, cdb@imcdb.com, and I will buy it from you if you don't like it. It's the one with the white with the sort of translucent blue, if you know what I'm talking about. I love these brushes. It is one of my favorite synthetic knots, if not super soft, plenty of fiber. I absolutely love this one brush. Despite it, right now, it is $16.97 at West Coast Shaving on sale. They only have the red and white and the black and gray. So get them while you can because they're terrific, and I don't know if they'll make any more. Oh, I almost forgot. We're going to be using the Lupo stainless steel DLC Lupo razor. Today I just wanted to do a shave for me. Yes, I'm going to get back to the comparison shaves and all that, but today I just wanted to use my Lupo. Going to be using the Paul Silver, or some people call it Pole Silver, blade Super Iridium, which I generally have good luck with, and we will unwrap it for you and hope there's no wax on the blade edges. Everybody hates the wax because it's just really irritating. This one has no wax close to the edges, fortunately, so that will be just fine. Let's load her up in our Lupo. I have a couple of videos on the Lupo, the initial impressions, and then my first use. I really like the way this razor shaves, so I wanted to use it again because I just miss it already. And so we're going to use it again with the Paul Silver. Some people said they didn't like the DLC version. I've never had a problem with DLC coatings myself. I don't find that they have any sort of drag to them, but other people do. And so, you know, if you do, wait for the stainless steel version, because Joe did say they are going to be coming out with the regular stainless steel at some point, so hold out for that perhaps if you'd like. Italian Barber. I love the Lupo, and I was watching Rudd's the other day, his 54321, and I think the Lupo is one of his favorite shavers, and it's a favorite of mine too. Now keep in mind, I've only used this one once, but I also have the aluminum version, which I like. Some people don't like the aluminum version. They feel it's a little rough, but you know, for me, it's been smooth sailing. I'm gonna coat the tips of this brush just a little bit. By the way, again, my general recommendation for folks, personally, I don't like putting anything in my soaps, but I know this is a keeper for me. I'm not going to get rid of it, and I like to make sure I get a good load on my brush, especially the first time around when I'm trying a brand new soap. And this is really the best way to load it. You can put it in a bowl, but as I said yesterday, you almost have to make in the process of loading, when you press it into a bowl, it sort of starts becoming a bowl lather, and I'm wanting to face lather with this, and so therefore I'm making sure I load a good bit with just a damp brush. It is not very wet, and so hopefully we have enough of the PAA Irish Springs loaded to start a face lather. Let's get some moisture going here today. Thanks everybody for coming back. I really appreciate it, and I hope your day, when you're watching this, whenever that might be, is either going really well or will go well if you're watching very early in the morning. Oh man, I must tell you, this smells even more robust on the face. I wouldn't bump it up to 5.5 to maybe even 6. It's really opening up as far as scent, as far as the scent strength goes. And it is very, very nice. If you like a clean, fresh look, I'll put it to you simply, or unpack it as simply as I can. If you like Irish Spring Soap, then you'll probably like the scent of this, because it smells a lot like it, for obvious reasons. It's sort of designed to smell like a clean, fresh, crisp. And I must say, you know, I used CAD for the first time recently after a couple of years not using PAA, and I like this just regular Crown King. You know, they have the CK6, which I haven't tried, but I have a couple of samples of. But this formula right here is nothing to sleep on. As I remember it, this one seems to me better than the old, you know, as of 3 years ago type PAA that I was using at the time. So, you know, take that for whatever it's worth. But this is nice. This is very nice. I'm gonna treating myself today to a nice shave, and I hope that you all are going to have terrific shaves wherever you are in the world. All right, let's set that aside for a moment and cut that back a little bit. We don't need to shave clear down to her chest. About right there is where I want to be. And most everybody tries to wipe their shirt off too, just as a OCD sort of thing. I was watching Chris Madden today. I love the way this razor feels. It is that perfect for me. And I'm off track already. I was going to talk about Chris from another cut above, but as soon as I start shaving with this razor, I just like that it's right there, and for me in that sort of entry mid-level of aggression, and it just feels so nice, and I just really enjoy it. Sometimes as soon as you grab a razor and you take that first few strokes, you're like, oh yes. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Because, you know, you do the same thing. You grab a razor for the first or second time, and within those first few strokes, you know, it's like, this is a winner, you know. And so that is the case with the stainless Lupo for me. Okay. Getting back to Chris from another cut above. He made a couple of videos. One was regarding sort of like a Paul H type lather, and one was like a Ken Surf's. And the Ken Surf's style of lather didn't work that well for him. He wasn't cracking on Ken Surf's at all. In fact, he was honoring him by sort of using his style. And I guess maybe one of the viewers was put off by it. And one of the things I've noticed over the years, and believe me, I know this from experience, I have done things that are off-putting to people, never deliberately, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes, however, people just take things out of context and they take the wrong meaning, as was the case with the old I am CDB and you're not. That was again, I'm saying it again in case anyone mentioned it. Go and look it up. It was a sort of paying homage to Chevy Chase on Saturday Night Live. It was a bit. It was never, but many people took that the wrong way. And I think at times it's very easy, you know, over the internet for people to take meaning from something that was not intended, you know, and I can say that for 100% certainty. As a content creator, there have often been things that I've said that have been taken out of context, and then some things that I said that weren't, and we're just off-putting, you know, because we're all human and we make mistakes. But Chris certainly was not cracking on Ken Surf's. Everybody loves Ken Surf's, you know. He was sort of honoring him by using his style of lathering. And so what I would ask people to do is, whenever you have one of those things where it could be taken charitably, and meaning you're looking at sort of the potential good side of it or the bad, err on the good side of it. When it's someone else's words or meaning, assume that they don't mean to be offensive, and then ask them, because too many times people jump to conclusions and they think someone's cracking on someone. And I don't mean it in the sense that Chris uses it when he says, this is a cracking good shave, you know. He means it in a good way. In the United States, when you're cracking on someone, that means you're making fun of them, you know, not in a good-hearted sort of way. And so a little bit, that's another thing too. There are really cultural differences between the United States and, you know, Australia and the UK and Japan and everywhere, you know. And so please keep that in mind and try to assume the content creator is being charitable rather than assuming they mean the worst. And then ask them. Most of us are pretty accessible. We have our social media channels out there. Just shoot us a message and say, hey, what did you mean by this? I think, you know, and I'm sure it will be cleared up. So please, I ask that you sort of extend that courtesy to the folks making content, because we're human and we do enough things sometimes that are off-putting, you know. We certainly don't want the things that we don't intend to be off-putting to be off-putting. And so there's that. I want to mention, boy, this soap smells great and it lathers terrifically. This is the type of lather that I like. Everybody has their own style. This is more than adequate for me. Anyway, I want to mention a couple of channels. So yesterday, or the day before maybe, I was watching Brian the Floridian, who has a wet shaving channel, and he was doing the second chance thing, and he brought out the old L'Occitane Plaisant. And those of you who have been around for a while know what we used to call that brush. Used to be called the brush of the gods. Again, not being offensive to anybody. Meaning, at the time, it was widely regarded as the best synthetic fiber available. And it held that for quite some time before people figured out where to source those synthetic fibers from. And then the market exploded after they figured out where to source them from and who was making them. But for quite some time, a good year or two, let's say, it was the softest fiber that was available by far. There were other types of fiber available, the Mula silver tip fiber and black fiber and so on. But the Plaisant, which originally came, or at least the most widely used version, was the one sold by L'Occitane. I believe that's how you say it. And if not, close enough, right? And it was $60. Now, keep in mind what these brushes cost today. This one was $17. And it's 26 millimeter. And I think the Plaisant is 22 or 20. I can't recall. But anyway, it was $60. And then later, occasionally, L'Occitane would put them on sale for $30. And then everybody went nuts buying them because that was half off. And Brian, the Floridian, said that's when he got his. He said he saw my video and got one on sale for $30. Well, maybe a year or two later, when people figured out where to source them, like Italian Barber did, and Stirling did, and some other people, Maggard did, the doors just blew off synthetics. And then the manufacturers started making bigger knots and better knots, and we've seen all these versions now, Tuxedo and, you know, all sorts of named knots. Frank Shaving had its pure fiber, you know. But anyway, the market really exploded. And that video by Brian the Floridian, and I'll link his channel below because I want to link the channels I'm talking about. It was a trip down memory lane, really pleasant. He had some, you know, old stuff that, you know, I used to use, and I still have a L'Occitane knot. I don't have the original handle, but the original knot is in my Rudy Vay custom brush, and you see it here from time to time on the channel, and it's terrific. Still, but you know, these other knots, you know, in terms of density and size, have obviously surpassed it, but it'll still do the job. And I loved watching that video, and he was trying old products, and it was just nice. He was trying like Clubman soap, which I don't think very many people of us really liked very much because we expected it to be more like the aftershave, and it just wasn't great. But it was a nice video. So check out Brian's channel, Brian the Floridian. He's got a good channel. And another gent that I want to mention today is a guy who goes by the name of David. He is brand new to our community, creator community, wet shaving creator, in terms of video at least. And I believe he said he's from Belgium, which I think is the land of Jean-Claude Van Damme, JCVD, for those of you who, grew up in the 80s. Remember those movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme? I was younger at the time, and I thought they were awesome, doing splits all over the place, karate, it was pretty cool. Anyway, David has started a new wet shaving channel, traditional shaving, I should say. And so I'm going to link it below. It's called The Cutting Edge. I wrote it down so I wouldn't get it wrong. And he just wants to give back to the community and put out content. And he emailed me and asked me, a number of questions. Should I do it? I'm thinking about doing it. And I was like, man, come on in, join us. We're a community. I look at the YouTube traditional shaving creators as sort of a community unto itself, us and the viewers. And I think we like to share and welcome. At least that has always been my point of view. Like, to me, it's not a competitive thing. It's a more like, come on in and join us, man, And so he did his first couple of videos, and I'm just enjoying. The reason you see people like Jack from the virtual groom room and Chris Madden from Another Cut Above, lathering, it's fun. It feels good. It's just nice. It's relaxing. It's a little therapeutic. And so that's why you see it. And I know I've said that before. But anyway, back to what I was trying to say, because I get sidetracked. I have so much to say in such a short window to say. Anyhow, check out David's channel, The Cutting Edge. He is from Belgium, and he has a pretty good array of products. And keep in mind, folks, for the people in Europe and around the world, Asia, all over, these American artisan products are not inexpensive to come by in a lot of places. And so when you have all these guys in Europe, making this content, and they're using Stirling, and they're probably paying a lot more for it than we are to get it where they are. And so I really appreciate it when I see those products, because I'm like, those guys are in, because they're having to probably pay quite a bit for those products. And, they're really into it. Also, I want to mention, I've mentioned him before, Manny from SoCal Shaves. I saw a video the other day, maybe yesterday, I don't remember the day. And he was shaving in a truck stop. And I thought, wow, that's dedication. If you're going to do a shave video in the truck stop where people, are likely to want to come in, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I know he was saying he was trying to make it quick because, the attendants at the truck stop will check if you're in the restroom too long. I guess he was in the type of restroom that locks. I can't recall. But anyway, I thought, that's a guy that really enjoys making videos, SoCal sometimes I say shaves. I don't know if it's shave or shaves plural, but check it out. I've linked it before. It's in my featured list, by the way. I also want to invite everyone to always click the show more and look at the links below, because there's links there on some of the products. There's links there for my social media. There's links there for the people I'm mentioning, their channels and so on. So I encourage you to visit those people and tell them that CDB sent you. So they'll know how you found out about their channel. And I hope you will enjoy their content. I've been watching a lot of content. I've been learning a lot. And I have been enjoying getting to know, people through their videos and commenting and, and I do not exclude small channels. I don't. I really enjoy watching people who are enthusiastic about wet shaving, whether they have, 10 viewers or 10,000, or subscribers or whatever you want to say. So I welcome everyone. Welcome to the community, David, big time. From the, again, Cutting Edge. Oh man, I have enjoyed using, I've been blabbing so much. I've enjoyed using this. Okay, let me rinse my face. We'll come back and do a post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back with the magic made by witches. This is Thayer's cucumber. Thayer's cucumber, which you see here every day. And by the way, that this soap had really good residual slickness. It took me a while to get it off my face. That is a big, big thumbs up. The quality was on point. The scent was on point. Everything was just fine with the PAA Irish Spring. I like the clean, crisp scent. Very good scent strength. As it was on my face, 5.5 to 6. Very, very good scent strength. Good quality. I had no problems whatsoever with the shave. Pole Silver, terrific blade. Try them if you've never tried them. The Lupo, once again, impressed. Super smooth shaver for me. I had no problems whatsoever. I did not experience any blade shatter. I've heard things about people talking about blade shatter, maybe with the aluminum. To me, it shaves terrific. It's just outstanding. The West Coast Shaving two-tone brush is absolutely superb for 17 bucks. And again, if you have one of those blue and white ones that you do not want, shoot me an email to cdb@imcdb.com. If you don't like it, I'll buy it from you. We are going to finish up today with the Stirling Sharp Dress Band, something green. I didn't get the aftershave of the Irish Spring because I wanted to see what it smelled like first. And the soap is probably going to cost me some more money. One of the things I want to mention as we close here, if you've been absent from PAA for a while, as I have been, you might want to give them a second look. I've really enjoyed the two soaps that I've used so far. They've treated me very well. Whether you're getting the CK6, which I haven't tried or not, I'm sure that's good. Even the regular formula was quite good to me today. I think you'll enjoy it. They have some terrific scents. They always have. So give it a shot if you haven't, and maybe you'll find that there's some real gems in there for you. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I want to thank the new people to our community and the new people to my channel. Please make sure you subscribe so you'll get the videos in your feed. And as always, I want to remind you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.